Hey family, how are you guys doing? Hey, if this is your first video that you're viewing of me, I just want to give you a little bit of information on who I am. My name is Aaron Phillips, and I love what I do. I own a sustainability business. I'm in recycling. I'm in many businesses, around the world. But one of the things I'm passionate about is motivating people. And this video is for my subscribers that are, say, 40 and below. Let me turn this phone off. This other phone. And to be honest with you, it could be a message for any age, really. But I really want to focus on the younger viewers. I'm very partial to men and men doing the right thing, especially young men. And women, how they've been affected by the men in their lives. I have a lot of younger lady friends that have issues with their fathers. They weren't there for them. They didn't understand or weren't taught what a positive male role model really is. Some of my friends have been abused. Some have just never had a man, a good man in their life. And I can relate to that. I grew up with a father, but he didn't really teach me, how to be a man, other than how to take care of your family, but not how to love, a woman. And the thing about growing up, it's difficult to understand like what you're going to do with your life. There's so much stress when you're younger, I mean, it could be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 years old. There's so much stress. Are you doing the right thing? Do you need to go to college? Are you dating the right person? Are you eating? Okay. But my message to you, and again, I'm talking about my younger subscribers, is that you have to really love yourself. Now, I know you've heard that message before. I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube. There's a million people that talk about loving yourself and everything else. But when I say love yourself, you can't put another person's emotions and feelings before yours. And that's not a selfish way to think. When I was younger, I thought that a man's role or relationship with a woman was to take care of her and that I owned her. And I don't mean in the sense of like a slave. I mean basically like, look, I make the money, I make the bread, you need to, do your job. And told her that. Well, that didn't work very well. And I only did that because I had no experience. I knew nothing about loving a woman properly. Okay? That's the only reason why I did that. I wish I would have had a mentor. And guys, let me tell you, when I say wish, you only wish things that you have no control over. So that's something that I can look back and say, I wish I had a role model that taught me the right way to love a woman and to love myself. So I made the mistakes that a lot of people make to do not have these role models. So think about this. You're 20-something years old right now. You're dating a man, a woman, whoever. Do you really love yourself? When I say love yourself, do you really feel good about getting up in the morning and saying, hey, you know what? Life is great. This person that I'm dating and I are on the same page, are working to be on the same page. Is it a healthy relationship? It's not okay at any age to scream and holler, refer to people outside their name. It's never okay. You have to love at a young age the same way as you do when you're my age. So women, you young women, love yourself. Don't ever deal with a man's abuse. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more in some future videos about what that really looks like. But for right now, just understand that. If you're in a relationship with a man and he feels it's okay to call you outside your name, maybe put his hands on you or whatever, that's not okay. And I know there's plenty of women who've been in relationships where they've seen their father do that to their mother, or boyfriends growing up and everything else. It's never okay. I want you guys, you young women, in this right now, this message for the young women, I want you to love yourself and say, what do I want for the rest of my life? What is it that's going to make me happy? And try to achieve that. And it should not be founded on just taking care of a man. Now, I'm going to have some contradictory message because I feel that there's certain groups of individuals who say a woman should just be strong. They don't need a man. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. You'll be old and grumpy if you really believe that when you get my age. I'm telling you. I know plenty of people that maybe thought that when they were younger and then realized that's not the case. So you need to find your happiness, the things. Let me give you an example. I have a friend in Vietnam. She's very young. She followed her dream. She's an artist. She loves life. Her parents wanted her to do a whole bunch of other things, but she followed her passion and she loves it. I met her when she was struggling, and I told her exactly what I'm telling you right now, is find your passion. Find the thing that you love. And don't let it be this boy that you met at some club. Okay? Don't let that. Don't be that. Don't do that. You're going to find the right guy. Okay? As a father, I'm telling you. And when you find him, invest in him. Take care of him. If he's worth it. Okay? Now, this message here, this part right here is for the men, because this is the more experience I have. I have daughters, so I've raised daughters. I raise boys too, have sons. But this is a perspective from me. Don't be in a rush to think that you're the man. Go out there and, be some fuck boy that's just fucking everything that moves. Okay? You should treat your body like if you're going to give it to some woman or some girl, that they're worthy of it. You should be investing in yourself, in experience, business experience, working hard. You should be ready for the future on what put your plan together to what your future is going to look like, what you want your future to look like. And go out there and do it. I talk about my DPX plan, and that works for the women too, so it's not just the men, but my DPX plan, dream, plan, execute. Again, we're going to talk a lot about that. I'm going to be putting together a lot of information, some shorts. I'm working with someone on right now to do that. But men, you're the leaders. You have to think that way. While you're out there doing the things that you're doing, eventually you're going to want to settle down with a special lady. And you got to be the man. Okay? You can't use excuses. Some girl hurt you. That, when you were in high school, she broke your heart, so every woman's bad. That's not it. That's not the case. You're not always going to be right. You have to understand that whoever you decide, you choose to decide, she's your partner, hopefully your partner for life. And you have to respect her. Now you're probably thinking, who's this dude? Well, you know what? Who I am is a man who had no role model, male role model, that I respected growing up. Made mistakes. I started hanging around really good guys, my late 20s, business people, people who could teach me things that I learned a lot from. I'm going to talk about one of my old bosses, super rich man. Okay, he taught me some very valuable lessons, very valuable lessons. You know, I didn't agree with the way he did business because he was a ruthless son of a bitch. Let me tell you, this guy was the most ruthless guy that you'd ever meet in your life. Ruthless. But he taught me some valuable lessons because he liked me. He liked me a lot. He liked my honesty, my integrity, because he wasn't around a lot of people like that, so he wanted me to be around him. But men, it's very important that you understand what your role is, okay? Now, again, I keep saying this for my younger subscribers. This could work for the older ones. And I'm going to have some talks with about the older group too, okay? But young men, stop being confused in life, okay? Stop being confused. Life is not that difficult. I know you think it is, but most of you guys do not have a plan, okay? You get up in the morning, you go to work, or maybe you don't go to work, you play video games, you do the things you do with no plan. The reason why I posted that video with my son is my son has a plan. I taught him from the mistakes that I made. And maybe he doesn't get married when he's 35. Maybe he gets married when he's 28 years old, but he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready financially. He's going to be ready emotionally. He's going to be ready to be the man that he should be, the leader of the household like he should be. He's going to be ready financially. Okay? That's the whole thing. Right now we're investing. He's investing in himself. So I think I'm going to cut this video short. I am definitely going to talk more and break down more of what a role model, a male role model is, when it affects a woman, when it affects, you know, a young man. But young people, if you didn't get this far in the video, you know, hopefully someone has passed this video on to you to where you could actually hear these words. But here's the thing. Life is not that complicated. Stop making it so complicated by being confused. Don't be confused. There isn't a cookie cutter life that fits every person out there. You have to make your own happiness in life. You have to find your happiness. You have to find your happy place. You got to get up every morning with this childlike, and I say childlike, 4 or 5 year old kid wakes up, he doesn't worry about anything. That's pretty much how life should be, and it can be for you. Okay, it can be, but you got to have a plan. That's the whole thing. A plan for yourself, a plan for your business, a plan for your relationships. You got to have a plan. Now, plans change. I'm not saying you stick to them, but you got to have something. You can't walk around confused. That's what most people do. Don't do that, fam. Don't do it. Okay, so I think I've talked long enough, and hopefully you've learned a little bit about myself. You're going to learn a whole lot about who I really am and why I'm so positive, why I'm so happy, okay? You're going to learn a whole lot. And hopefully you watch this whole video and share it. You know, share it with people who need, again, your friends out there who need, you know, some direction. But I'm going to give you guys a lot of direction, okay? Well, family, fam squad, know I love you. I want the best for you. I want us all to be winners. And I know you will be. You're going to be part of my family. You're going to be a winner. All right? Take care, fam. Love you guys.